Wait on it. Wait on it. I would never buy a Soulja game console. Why? You know. So with that being said, today I want to move to prove why I think the critics was so damn salty in 2018 at Soulja Boy for launching a video game console. I think they were mad he got a game system and a business and they didn't. I could be wrong. And I did contact a few of them through social media during this time period. We're talking November, December 2018. And try to tell them that there was salt in their wounds. But here's my reasons why. See, I'm of the belief that the reason we all bother others, either fairly or unfairly, is because we realize life is boring otherwise. Now, let me clarify. See, there's been times when I have been in a brooding type mood. Now, while in this mood, I'm not realizing at the time, but it's like I'm a want most everyone around me to focus on me in some aspect. Like, for instance, let's say I'm feeling some type of way. So it's like, hey, y'all, even if I'm trying to be by myself, I'm hoping you all recognize that I'm feeling some type of way and I want to be alone. Let me make that a little more clear. I'm feeling a type of way to where it's like I'm telling you, shake. Let me give me some time, give me some space. Let me do me. But I'm also wanting y'all to know that that's what I'm on. You see what I'm saying? To where it's almost like that's the attention seeking within itself. Because very well you can just go be by yourself and feel the type you it feels a certain type of way and don't nobody even got to know that you're feeling some type of way. Furthermore, even after recognizing that my issue isn't as serious as I'm feeling, I feel like I can be so wrapped up in keeping that bum ass vibe that I stay in my feelings or in my vibe longer than I should. Laugh out loud. See, I'm using my prior experience as an example, but I'm actually speaking on society as a whole. See, I 100% agree that adults, especially grown men, are supposed to mind our own business. That to worry about what some other guy is doing is of a less than a masculine cloth. You know, whole shit. You know, you tripping off another nigga. However, anyone with a slither of life's experiences, they know that we also have to share info if we ain't always asked. Because to be aware is to be alive. So us in the business of fairness, we constantly struggle with the balance of knowing when our opinion is warranted, or even better yet, when it's allowed. Now, for those who aren't up to speed on the Soldier Boy business venture of 2018, we as American consumers were hit right before Christmas with the news that Big Soldier Draco had began selling, like video game consoles, the generic type. But that's not what I'm here for. What stood out most to me was the immediate criticism of his new business venture. So I'm the type of person a website like YouTube was made for. Because how I view YouTube on a broad spectrum is a platform for amateur creativity, kind of like a creative hub in some aspect. All art forms are in their basic principle a splash of creativity, correct? That includes TV, films, radio, etc. But with the creators who deal strictly with those platforms, like they're limited to only incorporating, like primarily the people involved are professionals. Um, you think about TV, you can go there with your own little script saying, "Look, I wrote the fires as it TV miniseries or sitcom ever." But they pretty much, even if they accept it and work with you, they're pretty much gonna want to put their own people in on it, meaning actors that are already established, producers, directors that are already established. YouTube, on the other hand, is a platform for the pros and the noobs. Whoever flashes a creative thought, they can go straight to uploading. Which brings me back to my point, the hate. When I tell you the YouTube video game geeks came out in full fucking force, oh man, they were upset. But as I asked a few of them, are you mad? Well, then for what? See, first, let's describe Big Draco's game system. In the gaming sector, whenever you build a system that has built in retro games, the preloaded, the official name for that system is an emulator, meaning, oh, it has built in preloaded classic video games from the 80s and 90s. Well, it emulates what the early consoles had to offer. It plays and copies what you already had from back in the day. From the game titles to the graphics to the same button functions. Now, his first release was like an Xbox One X style copy, about a third the size, followed by a handheld and an upgrade. Now, the hate came under the disguise of, hey, he can't sell this. And, it has Nintendo games. But I believe it also had Sega and PlayStation games, from the earlier days. Crash Bandicoot, things like that. Those are PlayStation titles, shit like that. Um, I don't think anything like Turbo Graphics 16 or something, but maybe Neo Geo, maybe it has some of them on there. I don't know. It's still available. If you're that curious, go get it. But here's why I call bullshit on their hate. So what that it has Nintendo titles? Now let's say for the sake of the argument, every accusation aimed at him was true. Bottom line, you never had to buy the damn thing anyway. Now, one thing that is very clear is that at no time did this man ever say he was selling the state of, well, I'll put it like this. Never did he ever claim to be selling the most state of the art console that has ever been out with the newest games, private software companies and all that stuff with the greatest graphics, and that his software company was created and produced by him. All he said was, I'm releasing a gaming console and I'm calling it Soulja Gaming. So once again, all he said was, I'm selling a console called Soulja Game and it's fun. Go buy it. The internet bloggers, vloggers, reviewers, and social media critics, they immediately got their panties in a bunch as soon as he announced the release. Now, the strongest angle, they're accusing him of being a scammer. Well, let's dissect that. You see, a scam is defined as a dishonest scheme, fraud, or basically to swindle others. So, as I said before, had he claimed that he had a state of the art game system with all original content that would blow your mind, I feel like then they would have a case. Had he guaranteed you won't find this system anywhere cheaper, they might have had an argument. If he said that Nintendo, Sega, Sony, or Microsoft, whoever you pick, were now his privately owned companies, then fuck that liar. But he didn't. As they used to say, he didn't. All he did was serve a sales pitch to advertise a retro emulator, and now they're telling me he's the devil. And I'm releasing this early 2019, but I had already made this in December of 2018 because I didn't like how they were coming at dude, but I wanted to wait and see if he really was in violation because there's been emulators all over the place. You can go to the motherfucking video game store. You know what I'm saying? I mean the dollar store and buy shit like that. So I continue with with stating that possibly there was jealousy from the prominent journalists of the gaming community, because in their eyes, Soldier Boy is a washed-up rapper who has outgrown his fame and squandered his fortune, and is now fishing for any scam he can to swindle money out of the unaware public. As if there would ever, as if they would ever see the details of his console and be like, Xbox or PlayStation don't have a chance, bro. It's over for them. You know what I'm saying? Like that was gonna ever happen. And so, I disagree with their feelings and their opinions. I feel like it's not the case at all. No one will ever buy the Soulja game over the others. The people interested in emulators have a specific reason for it. Understand what I'm saying, folks? If you are buying a Soulja Boy emulator or any of those other emulators, you're doing it for a reason. Therefore, they know they're buying something similar to those discount store game controllers that plug directly to the TV and have preloaded 8-bit and 16-bit games. That's not a scam because, like I said, his console is like a third of the size. Yeah, it's shaped and designed on the outside like an Xbox One X, but it's like smaller and it doesn't load discs or any cartridges and nothing like that. Like you just put it straight, like you plug it up to the TV and it already has the games program. Just like the little things you get from like little Family Dollar stores and things like that. That like $30 and it's just a joystick and you plug it up to your TV and it plays all the old Nintendo games and stuff like that. And it has like 80 games already preloaded. Um, by the way, while criticizing Soldier Boy, the critics almost all admit that his console has been available for quite a while. See, apparently, it's a system called Fuse, Fuze, which has been renamed or has an updated version that is using Soldier Boy name, meaning Nintendo hasn't felt violated in all this time until now when Soldier attached his name. How convenient. How convenient. How fucking convenient. How fucking convenient. The parent company, according to sources, is Anbernic. So we're going to spell that Anbernic. And to my acknowledgement, through the slight research I've done, they haven't received a lick of stress. So give me a break. Matter of fact, the article states, and this article was a few years ago. It's the part that I want to highlight is it says, however, Fuse, a company that was established 2 years ago, has already won support from several big global game developers, including Koei. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right, but that's Koei spelled Koei, Company Limited, Ubisoft, Entertainment SA, and Deep Silver. So they're saying that they already have support from those developers. It also continues to say they will develop many popular games for Fuse, like Dynasty Warriors, which is already an established title, Assassin's Creed, another established title, and Blaze Blue, BLAZ without the E, BLUE. And this was from May 16th, 2016. Wow. So nobody was upset with this console company for making all these and dealing with these developers, but when he got his name on it, oh, it's a problem. Do you get what I'm saying? If you felt like anything I was saying up to this point was a problem, then when you hear that they have already been in business and nobody said anything, what's the coincidence that once this young black man gets involved with it, it's a problem? The article continues to say they will develop many popular games for Fuse. Oh no, then it also says also the legendary leaders of these developers showed up at Fuse's news conference. Wow. Not only did the Fuse company be able to say, hey, we're dealing with these developers, the developers actually took the time to show up to a conference a few years ago to let it be known that it is valid. In conclusion, I will reiterate my stance. I would never, read my lips, never buy a Soldier Boy video game. you know, while at the same time there's a PS4 and the Xbox One, at least not in 2018 through 2019, you know, I would never. They act like they were so scared he's gonna take over the market. Like, who finna sit up here and be like, look, fuck Nintendo, Switch, fuck Wii U, fuck PS4, fuck Xbox One. I'm finna get the Soldier Boy. Come on now, wasn't nobody feeling like that anyway. Get your panties out your butt. Gaming YouTube vloggers like Mad Pixel and what's the review tech guy and and the rest, they just seemed so upset as if they were being robbed by Soldier Boy personally. A few were angry that their order hadn't even been delivered yet. I think that review tech kept emphasizing that. Like, not only is it crap and he's illegal and he's scamming, but I haven't even got mine yet and all this stuff. Which um at the time of me releasing this, he's already been on Breakfast Club on the interview, showed off the console, and he also explained how he did not expect to have such a big order. He played it safe, and when the extraordinary amount of orders came, it threw everything off, and now he's gonna get them to everybody. Um, and if you want to do any research on the people I'm speaking about, their videos are still up on their YouTube channels. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you Google some of the articles also. Um, and you'll see the negative. And also go on Twitter and try to look up on those old Twitter threads that I was a part of where people were bashing him on Twitter. And people like Review Tech that didn't get their order and were angry about it, their whole objective was to dissect it for criticism. They were telling you that, like, I can't tell you just how bad it is because I know it's bad, but I haven't got my order yet, so I can't tell you because I haven't been able to go inside and tell you what's in there. But they had all the other answers. That's fine either. And let me tell you about criticism. What they do a hell of a good job. These people I'm talking about today on their internet and YouTube vlogs with a V, they do great work. they have every right to criticize him. That's fine. Thank God we have knowledgeable people who can review products entirely and be able to call bullshit when necessary. But as I said, they've been big mad. And it's a clear difference. Soldier Boy wasn't scamming nobody because wasn't nobody giving a fuck that he had old ass Nintendo games except y'all. So this is why I'm thrilled he recently did this Breakfast Club interview, because he was able to show that he is still completely involved while exposing that the critics have lied. I mean, their opinions turned into lies about his defeat to Nintendo. Um, in conclusion, advertising is such a tricky thing because it's like, what are you programming us to do? You're telling me that this bubble gum is the best bubble gum I'll ever chew? To be honest, I'm not supposed to fall for it in the first place. But sometimes you do feel taken by people, commercials and um, ads and things. They sell you a dream. Like I say, there might be criticism involved with what he's doing. He's really drop shipping. In other words, he's reselling something that's already selling with his name on it and getting the profits off the difference of the sales. But um, and he jacked the price up. It looks like if you like, you can pretty much buy other things, but and I meant to go over the handheld and things like that, but it's not that important. You get my point. Um, I want y'all to look at these videos that these people did about, and now that it's later and you see that he's still selling everything and all that stuff, I want y'all to go look at that and see if I'm lying about how upset they were and that they had no basis to be that upset. And also, I want y'all to follow up with them to see if any of them have recanted, have reneged on what they were saying and say, hey, we're going midway through 2019 and, dude's still up and popping with his consoles. I can't get mad. He got a Soulja watch. It's probably crap. But there's a lot of things I heard they selling as crap. That don't mean they wrong that they selling them. It's just that you got to know better than to buy it. So the angle that these people could have used was don't buy his stuff, not because he had the audacity to sell it, but because we feel like it's a poor quality. And just leave it at that. They came right out. He's the devil in flesh. What an idiot. Oh, he's going to be in jail. He's going to be broke. And it looks like they're wrong about that. And I think that that should be acknowledged. Now, as far as his clout chasing, you know, it's not my taste. But y'all said anybody who went against 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine clout chasing ways and his trolling, they was hating because this young dude was doing it his way and they was mad. So don't get mad at one of the original trollers coming out trolling. Don't get mad now. Y'all saying this the way to go. All right, peace.